Hey there, welcome to Unit 4, Lesson 11. Today and tomorrow, we are going to be talking about the causes of the Mexican-American War and then the effects of the Mexican-American War, which is obviously a war that happened between the United States and Mexico. Happened from about 1846 to about 1848. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty details of the war. I just really need you to know like why it actually happened and then what resulted as the war ended. So today you are going to have a part of an interactive notebook page to fill out. So make sure you've got that interactive notebook open so that you can fill that information in as we're going along. And then you have a Mexican-American War tweet assignment to create. This right here is going to be the interactive notebook page that you need to go and find. We are only filling out this part today where it says causes of the Mexican-American War. Tomorrow we will be filling in the effects of the Mexican-American War part. So let me move this back over here. So let's talk about this war and why this war actually happened. There's three main reasons. Number one, Texas had gained its independence from Mexico in 1836 and had become its own republic, but then it wanted to join and become a state within the United States. That was something that made Mexico upset because even though Texas was independent and on its own, they were upset about the fact that this land that they had previously owned was going to become a part of the United States. California is our next one. The US government wanted to purchase both California and New Mexico from the country of Mexico. And President Polk reached out to them and said, hey, we'd really like to purchase this land from you. Mexico says no. This continues to add to like some tensions of just the two countries not really getting along and not really liking each other. Then what was the straw that broke the camel's back was because President Polk ends up sending some US troops down to some land that is by the Rio Grande, which is like our modern day border of the separation between the United States and Mexico, and sends it down to some disputed land. And by that, what I mean is that we thought that the land belonged to us. They thought that the land belonged to them. So we go on to that land and that we believe is ours. And then as a result, the Mexican military attacks us. And then we start to use the battle cry of the fact that Americans were attacked on our own soil. So American blood was spilled upon American soil. And that was something that we would just not stand for. And thus the war breaks out and goes on for a couple years. So, like I said, this is just like a very brief introduction to why the war happened. We're going to get more into some nitty grittiness of it tomorrow about what actually how we were affected as a result of the war. But I really want you to just really understand why we went into the war. So let me talk to you about what you're going to do for your assignment today. So we're at Unit 4, Lesson 11. Like I said, here's the notes I just went over. Here's your interactive notebook link. And then here is your assignment. If you finish this assignment and you have some time to spare, please make sure that you're working on missing assignments because there are just way too many missing assignments out there. But let's talk about your task. It's actually a pretty easy one. It shouldn't take you too long. What I've got here is just a little bit of information about a review of those causes that I just talked about. So I want you to go through and read those. Again, just to review the information. Then you have a Google Doc here that you can open up and you're going to look at 4 different documents. So if I open up this document here, you're going to see that these 4 documents, you're going to have one from, excuse me, President Polk and his opinions. You're going to have one from a man by the name of, stop. By the name of John O'Sullivan, who talks about manifest destiny. You're going to have one from Senator Lincoln. Yes, that's right. A senator by the name of Abraham Lincoln. You might be familiar with him, right? And then one from another former president, Ulysses S. Grant. So you're going to read about what these 4 men had to say about if we should or should not have gone to war with Mexico. So for each document, you're going to be creating a tweet that a person or from that person summarizing their point of view. And because it's a tweet, it needs to be in 280 characters or less. And each tweet needs to also have one hashtag that goes along with it. You'll then also put and copy and paste a picture of that person into the little box where that would normally go and create a username for them. So I've created a template for you to make this easier. So I'm going to open up this template so that you can see exactly what you need to do. Each of your different slides is going to have the directions that remind you of what you need to do for each of the different people. So you've got one for President Polk, one for Sullivan, one for Lincoln, one for Grant. In order to put a picture in here, I've talked about this before, it's really easy. Just go to insert image, click on search the web, and then come over here and type in President Polk. And then you're going to have pictures pop up. You can just choose whichever one you want, click insert. It'll put it onto your screen, size it down to the correct size, and then drag and drop it over here into the little square so that they have a little picture. Then you're going to change the username and then make sure that you include a hashtag, and you're going to give their opinion about if we should or should not be entering into the war. Obviously, these didn't happen in 2017, but that's just when the template was made. So just ignore that part. Obviously, President Polk didn't even have access to Twitter. So, we're using our creative imaginations here. So that's what you're going to be doing. Once you're done with that, submit it and then work on anything else that you might be missing, especially if you have not turned in that project yet, because that is a test grade, y'all, and that thing has got to get turned in. So other than that, let me know if you need anything. You know how to get in touch, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.